Shalom, shalom. Yahbashim Al Shai, Bashim Kakadash Brakatham. Call all Yahbashim Al Shai. The Bahanas apostles who are elders who rule well. Blessed salutations to you brothers out there teaching in eternal truth and sincerity. This Ra'ab Amat for the Nebraska campus, GMS, any push to the mark. And today I have an excerpt coming from Lauren Katz, William Lauren Katz, Black Indians. It's going to be a little excerpt proving that, there's a lot of stuff, because what Esau does is we'll create things, we'll do things in an innovative fashion, and they will, use their patents, or they alter history. And, I want to get this precept to prove that Esau, our hope is in the Lord. Our strength is in the law. Their strength is in their law, and their strength is in their history and this world. So they pretty much use themselves to empower themselves to alter history via changing the Lord's color, saying it's them, saying we won this war, or this is what really happened, or even just plain out lying via the Holocaust and things like that. They manipulate history. There's a statement saying history is written by the victor. Pretty much the person that won is the person that says, okay, this is what happened. These barbarians, blah, 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 type of thing. So I want to go into Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. Okay, it says, for their godly said, reasoning within themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in death of a man there is no remedy. Yeah, because they don't believe in heaven. They don't believe in the spirit world, I would say, okay? Or they don't want to believe, all right? Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave, all right? They don't believe in reincarnation. They believe pretty much once you die, and that's it, all right? And that's how they are to this day. Say, for we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart, which being extinguished, our body shall turn into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. You see, they don't believe in that. When the scriptures say that all body must turn to dust and go on, the spirit must go to him who made him, which is the Most High. Okay. And that proves that we all go to one place, which is the spirit world, good or bad. We all going to go to one place. There is no hell, okay? That's just a side note. It says, and our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as a trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. For our time is as a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. Come on, this is their response to that. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds, therefore before they be withered. Let none of us go without as part of our voluptuousness. Now this is the point I want to get. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. So they don't believe in life after death. They don't believe their power is in this world, so they're going to leave their tokens. And when they you got to understand that when people can't have no tokens to leave, they're going to steal somebody else's tokens and say, this is my idea. Okay. And so I said that to say, let's get into these precepts. I'm going to go into chapter 9. It says, like the Indians themselves. Okay. I'm going to read a couple. As you see, I'm going to be jumping around, via highlight just to get through it faster. It says, the old fur trappers discovered more U.S. rivers, mountain passes than the all the government expeditions set out for that purpose. Again, the old fur trappers, keynote, they are the ones pretty much discovered all the terrain in America. Okay, because they had to scour the land and see. But let you have it. They discovered everything. Esau discovered everything, which is a total lie. Okay, they know how to what you call that term? Not micromanage. They learn how to delegate. That's what it is. They know how to delegate. All right. It says by 1850, their frontier daring had taken simple hunting and transformed it into a major U.S. industry. Hollywood has, and here's the point, we're going to get to the point. Hollywood has stereotyped the fur trappers as men from either Scotland or France, with names like McBain or Roget, Buffont or McIntosh, and accents to match the names white trappers strode across our silver screens. None ever looked like Edward Rose, James Beckworth, or George and Pierre Banga. In reality, however, Afro-Americans were among the trade's leading figures as entrepreneurs, voyagers, and hunters. Colonel James Stevenson of the Bureau of American Ethnology spent 30 years living among and studying Native Americans. In 1888, he wrote, "The old fur traders always got a Negro, if possible, to negotiate for them with the Indians because of their pacifying effect. They could manage them better than the white men with less friction." Yeah, so this is and Esau does this the same thing to this day. You have the manager is an Edomite, and then the supervisor / taskmaster be a Jake, and they'll use the Jake to go in and get pretty much Jake to work. You know what I'm saying? Because Esau don't have any connectivity with people. You know what I'm saying? He don't know. He just see numbers. So he'll use Jake for public relations as a PR. Okay, and that's what he was doing with and it's all spiritual because that was nothing but Judah and Gad, talking to each other. So spiritually it's going to be a connect, but at the same time, Jake is a supplanter. Jake got game. That's another aspect. But at the end of the day, and then you got Esau. He don't know how to talk to people. Okay, he just know how to create contracts and swindle you out things and lie. But that's about it, man. It's a fucking Satan via fly. Okay, so continuing on, it says, son, be quiet. Got here. It says black men were a vital part of fur trapping expeditions. There's a problem in reconstructing the lives of black trappers because white scholars have doubted their honesty. You see what Esau does? He'll sit there and use you, and then historically he's going to do what? He's going to demonize you in some type of fashion. He's going to say, "Oh, you were a child molester." He was going to Bill Cosby you. He's going to R. Kelly you, and or whatever. He's going to King James you. What they try to do to King James. Going on and on. They let you live out your legacy. They hang by your coattail, and then when they get their opportunity, they're gonna shit on you, man. Okay. Hey, Dana White Mayweather, man. As Mayweather said, he used to hold my bags for me, man. You know what I'm saying? And Dana pretty much stood around him, got the game from him, left, got his own stuff, and then talked down on him. That's Esau. All right. Especially if you're a Jake. All right, it says there's a problem in the reconstructing of the black lives. It's like the lives of black trappers because white scholars have doubted their honesty. They doubted Jake's honesty, and when they told their own story, which is BS. Jake was telling their side of the story. Esau said, "Well, I don't know if I could trust his story." You know what I'm saying? Like somebody could trust yours. Okay, the tall tale has always been a part of frontier Americana. But black frontiersmen have been accused of so distorting their personal stories as to blot out the truth. You see, and Esau is renowned for not believing nobody else's possibilities historically but their own. They think the Egyptians and the Aztec pyramids, aliens came in. When you have physical evidence that it is on Earth, you rather believe aliens did it than to believe a human did it, because you ain't do it, or you don't have the ability to do it, or your people didn't have ability to do it in that time. All right, because like y'all like to say, Greece is the mother of all civilizations, but then you have Egypt, but then you have Azteca, you have constructions that are either similar or way better built, or things that you couldn't do. Oh, there's no way they could have this technology to cut this smooth. No, it just took you long to figure it out. Okay, but there's nobody to wipe out your engineers and scientists and steal all your goods, and then wipe out your country and have you start over and turn you to a third world country. You don't have that experience. Okay, all right. It says James Beckworth, for example, has long been considered, in the words of one professor, rather as a great liar. You see, then as a great mountain man. So that's what you see. They demonize. Oh, he's a liar. He did this. Yeah, he did all these things, but you can't believe none he say because he's a liar. Let me tell you the story about this guy. He was alright. He got this. He swindled. He lied. Come on, man. That's corny. But that's Esau. It says in 1848, General William Tecumseh Sherman met Beckworth and wrote this contradictory judgment. Okay, so pretty much he about to get caught in a lie, right? It says Jim Beckworth, all right, which is a Jake, all right. The other guy, what's the other guy's name again? General William Sherman. Jim, I don't like saying his middle name; it's just hard. Tecumseh. But General William Sherman, met Beckworth and wrote this contradictory statement. Jim Beckworth was, in my estimate, one of the best chroniclers of events on the plains that I have ever encountered, though his reputation for veracity was not good. For 2 pages of his book, the famous general described how Beckworth's story, though doubted, led to the capture of 4 murderers sought by the U.S. Army. So this nigga be lying, but when y'all relying on him as a source of information, that don't make any sense. If he's a liar, why would y'all rely on him as a scout or as a agent or a source of information? Even agents lie, right? But y'all saying it like this dude is not credible. Okay, but you use him to hunt down 4 murderers that was sought out by the U.S. Army, which is a U.S. government, Slovakia. Some frontiers historians have admitted linking truthfulness to race. You see? So it is no, and that's the crazy thing about it. He say, oh, he's a liar, and there's no, it's just he's a Jake. So he's going to say, oh, all them niggas liars. Right? Let me tell you the story. Right? That's wicked as hell, man. Historian Francis Parkman scribbled in his personal copy of Beckworth's autobiography, much of this narrative is probably false, and added, Beckworth is a fellow of bad character, a compound of white and black blood. A more modern scholar has written that black frontiersman Edward Rose was a morose, moody misfit of mixed blood and lawless disposition. Once blood is made the measure of a person, it is the one who measures, not the historical figure, who spins the distortion. You see? So pretty much, he's black, so he can't listen to him. That's pretty much what they're saying. So that's, now you get it in history. That's what the initial statement, but in history, once you keep repeating it, it's going to be like, they're going to take off the, he's black. They're going to say, yeah, he wasn't credible. He's not a credible source. So now that's his stigma in history, when this man was just telling his truth, and then Esau applied the stigma. And since you got to have his copyright on your book, or wherever, wherever the copyright stamps are, the stamps and the labels, and you can't get your book into the public without going through him, and he's gonna say, oh, you're not credible. Oh, this is misinformation. They're doing it to this day so they can control what? The narrative. Okay? It says the factual evidence Rose and Beckworth shows that they commanded high Salakia. Yeah. The factual evidence on Rose and Beckworth, the two Jakes, right, shows that they commanded high wages, were much in demand by fur companies and trusted by Native Americans. Frontier businessmen or Native Americans were not likely to heap rewards on chronic liars or men who could not be trusted with valuables or other humans. And this is a historical fact, because even within this book, they were saying how when Esau came up to Gad, it really is Reuben, you know what I'm saying? Because this is a Reubenite book, you know what I'm saying? They pretty much was like trying to do deals with him, and it was like, well, I don't trust y'all because y'all have other humans enslaved by y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got these niggas enslaved by y'all, and I forget the term, but pretty much the point is that Reuben and Gad had common sense to say, like, y'all niggas is bad, y'all bad business because y'all aren't trustworthy. So with that common sense, why would they trust Jake if they're swindlers and liars? Wouldn't they pick up on that and say, no, y'all bad business too? Why would they do business? Why would Gad and Reuben do business and be keen to do business with you based off your moral compass, if that's their principal interest in doing business with you outside of the product in itself? But they're outside of that, it's like, yeah, this guy's trustworthy. And why would they do business with a Jake and he's not trustworthy by Esau's statements? Why would we do business with them but don't want to do business with you, because you had to bring Jake in the first place because they didn't want to deal with you because you're not trustworthy. But then when Jake tells their story, you turn around and say he's not credible and because he's not trustworthy. A little jealousy I see, but that's how Esau do, man. All right. So I'm going to bring out these two precepts and we're going to close it on out, man. It says Jeremiah 10:16. It says the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things. Yeah. So when in this particular scripture, not scripture, but the historical account, because this is a very accurate book. I often talk to the Apostle Ricard about it, and just ask for his second opinion, him being, a Reubenite, and he's from the res that, of the Reubenites that gave Lauren Katz the source of information for this book, okay? So he knows the tribe that gave the information to Lauren Katz to write this book. So it's highly credible, I would say, all right? Unlike Esau, anything could be on the internet. Or you can't believe everything, but you got to believe them. Okay? It says Jeremiah 10:16, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things. And the reason why I wanted to bring this out is because Jacob is the reason for fur companies to this day. Jake, Reuben, and Gad. All right? But then you got other things that they were involved in that Esau took and took for themselves. All right, this fur industry is hitting today, being cowboys. That was nothing but mainly Judah, you know what I'm saying? But it was Reuben and Gad as well, because that's how they made their money, man. But no white boys out there riding. No, it was Jake, and it was white boys sitting at their house telling them, go get that and go look for this. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. All right. It says, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Okay. Last precept, so it's going to be Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 verse 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond that all they look for. So the point is that then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the faces of such as afflicted him and did what? Made no account of his labors. You know what I'm saying? And this is what Esau does. He will send you, go here, go do that, sing, dance, go get these furs, go do all this, and then they'll say, oh, y'all ain't good for shit. Then we do this. It's like, but you're a liar. You're a cheat. You're still like, no, nigga, you flipping the story or over exaggerating. And nah, I put it in history, put in court documents. So anytime you bring me up historically, you're gonna make sure that you bring up my discrepancies are the worst thing about me. They do it all the time. They do it to this day. If you look up anything or see, as soon as you see John Jones do anything good, it's going to be a white person in the comment to say, yeah, and he hit somebody with a car and ran off and came back and got his cocaine and took off. Okay, and I think the nigga did it, but you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that has nothing to do with his fighting ability. Okay? And that's what they do. They'll give you enough, let you be great, let you display your activity, and then they're gonna come down on you with some type of demonizing allegation while they keep their fighter nice and clean. You know, just like Lomachenko rather go fight boxing and get paid than go fight for his country, and then they let him do it. But then you get Ali, he's draft dodging, and you send him to jail. You see what I'm saying? But that's how they do. But that's pretty much all I have, you know. So with that being said, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem HaKakadash. Call hello, Yah Bashem Yahushai, double honor to our apostles who are elders who rule well. Blessed citations to you brothers out there teaching, enduring truth, sincerity. Hey, shalom.